Good afternoon and welcome back after that energetic session from Paul Fisher. Before we proceed with this panel discussion, I know we're running a bit late here, but we really need to do this thing very soon because the person involved will not be here at the end when we will be presenting the rest of our awards. So if you can just bear with us for one more minute or two. The Brian W. Hicks Memorial Shield is an award that has previously been presented at the National Youth Championships for services to youth brass banding. But we decided earlier in the year it would be more appropriate to make it part of these conference awards. So we're going to present that now. Jenny Wood went to Dobcross Youth Band in its early days in 1988. She became involved in forming a management committee, of which she became secretary without previously knowing a single thing about brass bands. Probably quite a common tale. By the time the group was ready to make its debut on the contesting stage, Jenny had accumulated all the knowledge required and proceeded to guide the band through the enormous journey from youth to the high echelons of the first section. Throughout her service with the band, she has been a font of knowledge and assistance to several conductors who have led the group. Jenny is a huge support to the children, many hundreds of whom, past and present, have experienced the start of their musical journey within the organisation. She remains highly respected as Secretary of Dobcross Youth Band, is well liked by parents and is loved by the children. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 Brian W. Hicks Award for Services to Youth Brass Banding, which will be presented by BBE Chairman Mike Kilroy, goes to Jenny Wood of Dobcross Youth Band.
Speech.
Moving on to the final part of today, there are many individuals and organisations in the band and world who have made an exceptional contribution to our culture through inspiring young people, tireless dedication, leading creative and imaginative projects and collaborations, or bringing about positive social change. There is plenty to be recognised and celebrated, and we at BBE are delighted to be able to do this through the first ever Brass Band Conference Awards. The winners have been selected from nominations received across different spheres of the brass banding world and judged by a panel comprising the trustees of BBE. The response we've received has been excellent and the nominations of an exceptionally high standard. So we'd like to thank the many members of the brass band community, it's there, who have taken part in the process, and encourage all of you here to give some consideration to see who you would like recognised in 2020. The awards themselves are for innovation, lifetime achievement and social impact. The winners will receive a BBE presentation plaque to keep, and there's two other awards being made today. One you've already seen was Jenny Wood receiving the Contribution to Youth Band Award, and the other one will be a special award for the outstanding contribution to the brass band sector. Presentation will be made by Mike Kilroy, Chairman of Brass Bands England. So, to the Innovation Award, the nominees are Unibrass. Since the formation of Unibrass in 2011, thousands of young people have taken part in the University Brass Band Championships of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, held at various locations throughout England and Wales, to considerable acclaim. The proliferation of university brass bands has encouraged vastly more students to continue playing while studying, providing a valuable solution to a previous missing link, and it has fast become one of the biggest and certainly one of the most vibrant and enjoyable events in the banding calendar. Brass Bass TV and the Brass Bass Band of the Year contest. Brass Bass TV and Martin Jernan have created a new platform for brass through live streaming to new audiences across the world, and in doing so, introduced a new high-quality brass band contest last June, the Brass Bass Band of the Year in Manchester, which received outstanding feedback for the quality of the performances and the innovative presentation of the music on show. Now we have no drum roll. How wrong can you be? And the winner is Unibrass. Unibrass has pioneered many new initiatives for free-to-air live streaming, as well as offering free workshops to the general public, giving students the chance to hear some of the best bands in the world with cut-price tickets, subsidised by the charity, and the banding community is sure to reap the benefits of Unibrass's growth in the coming years, with increasing numbers of young adults joining bands across the UK. Congratulations to everybody involved, including the chair of the Unibrass trustees, Andy Strayton, who just collected on the organisation's behalf. Lifetime Achievement Award, and the nominations are Philip Goodwin. Having studied the tuba at the RNCM and while playing in the CWS Manchester band, Phil Goodwin was invited to conduct Delft Band in 1980 for one competition. That sounds familiar. And the fourth section national finals in London, which the band won. 40 years, almost 40 years on, in which time he has also given outstanding service to Black Dyke Band. He's still Delft's conductor, adding a win at the North West area and the third section national title to their list of achievements. Phil has been instrumental in creating and encouraging a friendly band atmosphere, and at least 5 members of the band have at least 30 years' service. Gordon Higginbottom has been nominated for his service to brass banding and for being a fantastic ambassador and role model for young people and youth bands. He was 80 years old in August, but doesn't look a day over 40. And has made a huge mark in the history of the tenor horn, bringing considerable recognition to the instrument. Having played with the James Shepherd Versatile Brass and leading championship section bands, including CWS Manchester also, Gordon gained recognition not only in England, but globally, becoming a leading soloist ambassador for the tenor horn at events across the world. He also does a pretty mean bumblebee impression. John Mains has been nominated for his services to youth development over many years as tutor and librarian of the National Youth Brass Band of Great Britain, conductor at Bodmin Town, where he also plays a major role in developing young players into senior band musicians, and as conductor of the Cornwall Youth Brass Band. His long and distinguished career in top-level brass banding as a player-conductor was also outstanding. In fact, he is one of the very few people to have won the British Open Championships at 3 different venues, and definitely the only one of these to include Bridgewater Hall amongst them. So, the Lifetime Achievement Award in 2019 has gone to Gordon Higginbottom. Gordon put the tenor horn at the forefront as a solo instrument. Since making his mark as an excellent horn player at 15, he was solo horn with the great CWS Manchester band. He's also encouraged, perhaps as much as anyone, development of new repertoire for an instrument previously had very limited scope and was regarded as an ensemble instrument more than one for soloists. Also an outstanding entertainer, Gordon has been an inspiration to generations of young brass musicians, and it's fair to say he has succeeded more than most in brass banding and putting a smile on all our faces. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Gordon Higginbottom. And we move on to the Social Impact Award. The nominees are Grimethorpe Colliery Band, which has been nominated for making a massive impact on the pupils, families, staff and wider community of Birkwood Primary School, Outwood Shafton Academy, Grimethorpe Youth Band, feeder schools in the area and Barnsley Music Hub. For the positive impact of regular advice, performance opportunities, free time and financial support from each member of the band and management who embrace the community in a disadvantaged area. Their families are both proud of their heritage and very supportive of their children in accessing all available musical opportunities. Fred Harrison, the chairman and second horn player of the Amersham Band organisation, leads the membership of over 100 players across 3 bands. Since Amersham unveiled plans to build their very own and brand new band room and music academy, Fred has been an incredible driving force behind the raising of £380,000 of the £425,000 required to complete the project, meaning that they're now 85% funded and that building works have already started. Fred has worked tirelessly for 3 years to make this project be a success and to build a property which will have a huge impact on the local community for many years to come. Shepherd Group Brass Bands and Richard Wilton. Richard has spearheaded the Shepherd Group Brass Band organisation, lifting it from 2 bands to 6, including over 110 young people learning brass instruments. They have become the largest brass tuition body in York and probably the whole of North Yorkshire. The organisation provides life experiences through music, such as tours, concerts, and working with leading bands and players. And Richard works tirelessly behind the scenes, guiding and advising the organisation and its conductors. Glenys Smith is an exceptional member of her local and banding communities, being the catalyst for the musical achievements of so many young people in the North East. Glenys became a teacher at Hetton Lyons Primary School in 1976, and since then it's estimated she has taught over 1,000 children to play. That's amazing, isn't it? Glenys is passionate about keeping history and tradition and was a fundamental force in getting the Hetting Silver Band Hall moved to Beamish Museum in 2009, proudly opening the hall to the public in 2011. Glenys won a BT National Teachers Award, recognising her work with parents in the community, particularly through her teaching of music. And the final nominee in this category, Cairsley Youth Band have nominated their founder, Stephen Tong, for the Social Impact Award. Stephen has built up an incredibly supportive organisation for the young people of Cairsley to learn a brass instrument and help nourish local banding. Thanks to Stephen's hard work, over 150 children and adults in Cairsley have had the chance to learn a brass instrument, and the band has just been awarded the Queen's Award for Voluntary Service. He's touched many lives in Cairsley and inspired considerable positive change in the local community. And the 2019 Social Impact Award goes to Shepherd Group Brass Bands and Richard Wilton. Shepherd Group offers 6 bands worth of support, training and community, from the experienced players in the championship band right through to the absolute beginners and brass roots. Every member feels part of the family. Bands are hugely active within the local community, offering opportunities for social, collaborative and musical development, and the standard and commitment invested by the musical directors is inspirational. Bands also work with many local and regional charities, including York Against Cancer, St Leonard's Hospice and York Music Hub, and feel that this is an important part of the role within the community. And we were just delighted there to welcome David Gregg, Chairman of the Shepherd Group Brass Bands, who's just received the award on the organisation's behalf, and we offer our congratulations to David, Richard and the band. Thank you. And finally, the trustees of BBE would like to make a special award for outstanding contribution to the brass band sector. The safety of young people is attracting more and more attention in the media and national conscience, and brass bands must now endeavour to keep the next generation engaged musically, whilst reassuring parents and schools about the safety of individual bands and our activities. Training and awareness must be at the forefront of our activities if we are to provide a safe and secure environment for anyone considering banding as an interest, and working in partnership with other bodies locally and nationally can only serve to improve and promote our standing. The mechanism we have used for this is BandSafe, which, although developed and delivered by my colleagues at BBE, first reached brass banding from the world of athletics and the work of Heidi Bradley. As well as being a trombone player with Cleethorpes Band, Heidi is Club Support Manager of England Athletics and works widely with young athletes. And having identified the lack of safeguarding information available to brass bands, Heidi subsequently produced a toolkit, a valuable toolkit, that provides bands with all the information they need, all bands with all the information they need to ensure a safe and positive environment for young members, which has since evolved into BBE's high-profile safeguarding product and has now seen over 400 people trained in brass band safeguarding nationwide this year alone. Ladies and gentlemen, Brass Band England's Special Award for Outstanding Contribution to the Brass Band sector goes to Heidi Bradley. So, congratulations to all our winners and to everyone nominated, and we're sure there are hundreds, if not thousands, of equally deserving people out there in our wonderful world of brass bands, and we look forward to hearing from you about them over the next 12 months. It also obviously concludes the awards ceremony. It also brings today's conference to an end, and we would like to thank everyone who has contributed in any way whatsoever. So, to Edward Gregson, Richard Brown from Arts Council England, Sophie Hunter of IVE, Michael Bonshaw of University of Sheffield, Daniel Jones of the Performing Rights Society, Ulf Rosenberg, Martin Mortimer, David Ashworth, Andy Strayton, Martin Jernan, James Garlick, Paul Fisher, the staff and students of Wardle Academy, the management and staff of the Life Centre here in Sale, including Helen and Jay, our sound expert, Paul Crump of New Moon for his hands-on help today, the Arts Council of England and the trustees of Brass Band England for their continuing and valuable support. And finally, most importantly, definitely most importantly, thanks to everyone who's taken the trouble either to come here today or tune in on Facebook Live. It's for you, the brass band community, that BBE exists, and we will continue to work with purpose to help you achieve your aspirations by encouraging better banding for all. Please take the time to fill in the questionnaires that are on the tables and other comments you may have about today's activities, positive or otherwise, on the post-it notes provided. They can stick them on the board that's out there just at the top of the stairs. But these will be valuable in helping to guide our future strategy. So please be as frank and open as you feel fit.